Coming up in today's terrible car makeover. Keep up with it. Oh, we screwed that corner up bad. Oh, come on. Stay in front of him. Man, this thing handles way better than I thought it was going to. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another terrible car makeover video here on the channel. If you don't know what that is, or it's your first time joining us, it is where we take a car that is never ever meant to be something and we turn it into that. So today, as you saw, we're using the F-150 Lightning. And we're going to turn it into a front-wheel drive race car, which is going to be difficult, and I'm sure it's not going to work very well, but that's the whole purpose of this, is to see if we get a diamond in the rough, to see if we turn something into something crazy. What if we turn it into, like, what if it ends up being, like, the best front-wheel drive vehicle in the game, you know? Alright, so to start us off, of course, we need to make it all-wheel drive, and this is where a lot of the issues are going to come in, because when we throw all-wheel drive on it, it ups our performance points, whereas if it were front-wheel drive, if you had the option for front-wheel drive, it would be less, because it wouldn't handle as well, it wouldn't go as fast, etc. But we only have the option of putting it all-wheel drive and then moving the differential all the way to the front, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to leave the stock engine in it, and we're going to throw basically all the upgrades we can on it until we get to, I believe, A-Class? A-Class is probably where we're going to stop. I'm not expecting much out of this, and I know it's not going to do great on our Rivals Time test, but I would like to know. And I think we're going to have to throw slick race tires on here, because otherwise, like, there's no way this thing's going to be worth having. Basically, we're just throwing all the upgrades on here, all the race upgrades, all the tunables, and then we will tune it. Brakes, race suspension, anti-roll bars, roll cage to stiffen body weight. I got asked why you add body weight and then you remove body weight. Roll cage helps stiffen the chassis and makes it more accurate handling, like it's more reliable, it's more the same all the time, and it's more consistent. Now for power. This is where we're gonna make all of our points at. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of cam so we can get some higher RPM to shift at, and then we're probably just gonna make the rest of it up. Okay, well, a little bit more horsepower and a little less weight, and that's probably where we're gonna get to. Alright, so there we are. Top A-Class, we gained 151 horsepower, give or take. That was quick math, and we lost like 600 pounds. Almost 700 pounds, actually. So, let me get a tune in this thing, and then I will show you guys what we end up with. Also, if you're curious, the tune's going to be in the description. Alright, so there we are. It is front-wheel drive. Notice the back tires still spin. You will never be able to make it 100% front-wheel drive, but that's as best as we get. The differential is set to 100% of the power going to the front wheels, but the back will always spin just a little bit. Wow, can't talk. But let's take this thing around here and see how our tune is. We suffer a little bit from understeer, as is typical with front wheel drives, but I may have hit the nail on the head first time around with this tune. So we're going to jump into the Rivals and see how it performs against other A-Class cars. Alright, A-Class Rivals. Our challenger, or our rival, is going to be Don Juan's Song. What a surprise. And our vehicle of choice is going to be the Ford F-150 Lightning, of course. Let's see how this thing does. I think I'm going to let you guys hang out for the whole first lap and the whole flying lap. We'll see exactly how this thing handles right off the bat. I'm not expecting much. It handled pretty well as I was driving around the track. These are a little bit different conditions, and I'm pressured to keep up with it. We are severely lacking power, because we're all-wheel drive technically and not just front-wheel drive. So all of our performance on the straights for the extra power we would have gotten out of front-wheel drive is gone. thing handles really well though, which is surprising, especially considering that there's almost, what, 600 horsepower going to the front tires. It's taking corners really well. Then again, we do have it kind of on a meta tune. For a flying lap, let's go. 104 is the target. I bet we're not going to get anywhere near that. We can definitely outhandle him though. Look at that. I did go for slick race tires on this because I knew handling was going to be an issue with a front-wheel drive car, as it typically is. But it seems to be doing pretty well. Slick race tires on a low PSI are handling this thing, this big old fat turd, really, really well. And we're actually keeping up with him pretty well until we get on the straights, of course. I think he's in a Corvette with probably what the meta is they put rally tires on it and make them super low PSI so they grab pretty well, and it's all-wheel drive. So he can really rip it around corners, and then he has a ton of horsepower to keep up with it. Oh, we screwed that corner up bad. Alright, I'm going to do another flying lap, and I will catch back up with you when I have finished my flying lap and got the time that I want. Alright, I think that's as good as we're going to get. That next lap was pretty much perfect. So, now we're going to go and try and beat some unbeatable AI on a track and see how this thing handles it. Alright, I think this is going to be our track. I went for something a little bit more based like with corners because I think that's where we're going to excel. This thing's not got a lot of power, so it doesn't do good in straight lines, and it's front wheel drive, blah blah blah, so it handles pretty well, but it's not good for the corners. Actually, there's more straights in this than I thought there was, but it's alright. Alright, let's up our difficulty to unbeatable. I usually run at highly skilled because they can usually give me a run for my money if I'm running like one of my regular cars. It's not got the stupid meta tune in it, but today we're gonna roll with unbeatable. I'm gonna save that. Let's go back and start this race as it loads the new drivatars in. Alright, let's see how we do compared to these guys. I'm betting it's going to be a bloodbath. Don't expect too much talking out of this because I'm gonna kind of have to focus to keep up with these guys, I think. And I'm not gonna be nice to the AI. Normally I try and not hit anyone, but this time it'll be a little bit different. Oh, unbeatable AI are a little bit of a different story. Catch as much draft as we can. Get out of my way, you stupid little mini. Got him in the corners, just as I was expecting. Get as much draft as we can from these guys. Gets us that little extra speed that we can use to get past them. Drafting really does actually help more than you would think if we tried it out going down the highway. You get a faster car in front, you can increase your speed like 7 miles an hour, up to 17 in some cases, depending on the car. You know, we're at 42% progress, and this thing is doing really well, actually. We're up in 4th. I think we can make it up to 2nd before the end. That's the goal. I don't think we're going to get 1st. Around the bug. Whip it. Oh, come on. Stay in front of him. Come on, get back here. We're gonna finish in the top 3, that's for sure. I'm hoping for 2nd. Take that corner much faster than him. Final 20%. I think we got him. I can feel it. Slowed down too much there. Took that corner poorly. Come on, get him. Oh, no, we're not close enough. We're getting awful close to this AI, but there's no finishing any higher than third. That's pretty good against unbeatable AI. Given like a better meta tune and a better car, I guarantee we could have gotten first there. I usually run highly skilled just because it's more fun that way. But that was a pretty good race for a front-wheel drive F-150 that's heavy and not got a ton of power in it. That was not a bad race. Now, before I leave you guys, we got one more race. We're gonna do a downhill Togue and a front-wheel drive F-150 because why not? I thought it'd be fun, and I really quite like this track. I will leave the share code for this guy in the description as well because it is a sick track, and the guy who built this has spent a lot of time on it, you can tell. This is just for fun. I'm probably going to be quiet for the rest of the race and leave you guys this F-150 front-wheel drive ASMR. man, this thing handles way better than I thought it was going to. Way better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is where I'm going to leave you. I hope you guys enjoyed this F-150 front-wheel drive. This thing handled way better than I thought it was going to, and it performed way better than I thought it was going to. So remember how I said we were looking for a diamond in the rough? I think this is one of them. This is a truck that I might actually just leave how it is. This might become a truck that I drive around the festival, and it might be one that I end up racing because I think it's hilarious that it handles as well as it does. So remember to check the description for the share code for the tune, as well as for that Vulcan Togue that we just did downhill. That was pretty sick. I recommend trying that one out on your own in whatever vehicle you want, really. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.